have to tell you this. So I
Yeah.
was doing some deep research on Claude the other day
Okay.
around prompting because MIT, their Sloan School, came out with a big study and they said that with the new models that keep coming out, half of the value from these models is not the
Mm,
model itself. It's what goes into the model,
right. Right.
right? And that the pattern that Claude sees is that the prompts that go into the models have two of the six inputs that are needed. And they
Okay.
talked about how AI then has a capability to help the user that has the right judgment, is the word that it used,
Yeah.
that the AI could bring in the reams, the unlimited amount of data that no human could keep track of in their brains, but pair it up with the human judgment.
Yeah.
And that is the equation to create in that environment, right? Create the right prompts. And
Totally.
and and that seems to be like all of our go-to-market teams are on AI. They're prompting to do the workflows and the
Hmm.
outputs that they need to be the part of the engine that's going forward, right? So
Hmm.
it just triggered on me. I didn't even realize that. Claude used the word human judgment. And so I just wanted to underscore what you're saying there in terms of the importance of that,
Yeah.
right? That's a competitive advantage. Basically, Claude sees it that way too.
That's
So
true.
how do we foster that judgment? Because I don't think we can just say it's a given, right? Because we're all human, we all have good judgment, and
Yep.
everybody in our team is going to have good judgment and make all the right calls, and we're all headed in the right direction. Like, how do you, as a chief growth officer, foster judgment inside of an organization in the right ways?
Yeah. I think questioning is one of the biggest things. Whenever I get asked in the business, Rob, what is the one or two or three things that we can do to improve? Honestly, Steve, the answer comes back to the same thing. It's just ask better questions and more of them. And I think it's no different to creating better. It's kind of the reverse side, isn't it? If you want better access to information coming from AI, you've got to prompt better and learn how to prompt. If you want to be able to make a better judgment call, you've got to know how to better ask better questions so that the information you're able to make a decision on, especially under pressure, especially when the stakes are the highest. Because as I said, I think in today's modern world, there's no shortage of information. The competitive advantage for the leader is going to be not the person that can consume more knowledge. It's the person that can actually think better. I think that's going to be the key thing. You've got access to the same thing. Who can think better, ask better questions to validate and create quicker, faster, more meaningful outcomes?
Really interesting. So, judgment isn't just deciphering and making a decision about all these
Mm.
things that are in front of me. It's the good judgment to be knowing what are the right questions that are going to get me the right information, right? I had another chief growth officer on, and she was talking about how we've got to be in the right rooms at the right times, asking the right questions.
Yep.
And we don't really think that way. We have our commercial go to market process and it runs the way that it runs. And we have conversations that are naturally happening, but we're not thinking about. There's another big line of thinking these days that in the B2B world is as B2B buyers are waiting longer and longer to want to talk to us. And they've
Hmm.
locked the short list. They've got 4 to 5 vendors that they're reviewing, that they are in validation mode when they're talking to the sales organization at the beginning where they're deciding, hey, this is a big problem. We are having a big challenge. How big of a deal is this? Do we need to put resources to it? How timely is this? Do we need to assign a budget? They go through a lot of thinking up front before they lock the short list. And that's what this other CRO and I were, or CGO and I were talking about was that we got to get into the right rooms, asking the right questions at the right times when those kind of conversations are happening and be that right kind of partner. So what I'm taking away is judgment isn't just about assessing well what's in front of us. It's
Hmm.
also judging how we get the right information, who we're talking to,
Yeah.
so that we're getting the right information at the same time. Is that a
Mhm.
good takeaway?
Yeah. And not to pile on to what you were saying, but I think one of the other things that is, statistically, there's a lot of data out there that the human brain is faced with over 2 million pieces of information coming at it at any given moment in time. And generally, the human brain deletes, distorts, or generalizes that information. Imagine now, you again, as you just, all the things you just rightly said, you're now adding another layer of information coming at you with whether it's true, if it's not, is validated. And so I think that's how our isms and biases are created, because we've either generalized, distorted, or deleted information that's coming at us. I think taking time to slow down and really look at what's in front of us, I think, is also the biggest thing. So you can make the right decision. Again, right room, right person, right deal. I think all the things that you just absolutely just said.